Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am here today to choose my January TBR with my trusty TBR jar. I was thinking about doing something different for January, but I thought no, let's stick with what we know for the first month of the new year, and then I am going to try and do different ways of picking my TBR, either in like weekly reading vlogs or my actual monthly TBR. What's fun now about the car is that you can actually see the books that are on it. Today you can't because of the lighting. I'm really sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. It's so bright in here. The curtains are shut and this is still how bright it is. Not complaining, love that it's sunny, but I know it means you can't exactly see what all of the books are. But the car is now at a place where these are all the books on my physical TBR, which is great because it means you can actually see them and it's not overwhelming and the car isn't too full. I do have a lot of books on Kindle that I have not read, that I own, not KU books, ones that I've bought on my Kindle. But I think for this month, let's focus on the physical TBR, and then we will integrate ways of choosing books from my Kindle to read in my future TBRs. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's choose our first prompt for January. I'll give them a good mix. Okay, prompt number 1 of 2026. A book with an even number of pages. Okay, fun. So I can basically just pick a few on here that I really want to read and hope that they have an even number of pages. I am dying to read To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. Apparently this is a proper dystopia. Oh, that's odd. Okay, that has 395, so we can't do that one. I also do really want to read Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. I'm trying not to spoil myself by looking at the last pages of these. This is even, so this is an option, 428. I also really want to read Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. Okay, this is also an even number, so that is a contender. And then I also really want to read Brigands and Bread Knives. Again, let's have a look. It's always hard to choose the first book, 'cause it's like, well, what if I've chosen it for another prompt and then like I've wasted a prompt? That one's odd. Okay, so let's choose, there's loads of books on here that I want to read, but let's choose between these two. I think I'm going to go with Stalking Jack the Ripper, even though this one's a bit more seasonal. I really just want to read this, guys, and I think while I'm still off work, cozied up in the winter, this would be a great time to read it. So book number 1 on the January TBR is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. Let's put Fake Skating back on and choose prompt number 2. Prompt number 2, a classic. Okay. I have 3 classics on here. We could do Great Expectations, Mansfield Park or Emma, and I think I'm going to go with Emma. I bought this beautiful copy on the day I got engaged, actually, when we were at Chatsworth, and I just think it's so beautiful. I probably won't read from this one because I'm so scared of like mucking it, but I do have this on Kindle, so I think we're going to go with Emma, and I will probably just end up reading it on my Kindle. I don't actually know what Emma is about. I've read Pride and Prejudice and loved it, so I have confidence that I will probably enjoy this book. But I don't fully know what it's about. I do like to go into books blind though, so I don't think I'm actually going to look what it's about. I think we're just going to go in blind to this one. But look, I cannot get over how stunning that copy is. So book number 2, Emma by Jane Austen. Prompt number 3. I don't know how many prompts we're going to do. I think maybe 6. A book that matches your outfit. Okay, well, I'm about to be called out because on the top I'm wearing my white fox jumper, which is grey and like a purpley pink. And then on the bottom I'm actually wearing sloth pyjama bottoms and bed socks. So that calls me out for not getting fully dressed before filming this video. So we've got like grey, pinky purple, or we could go with, we're not going to get a book I think that's all of these colours because this isn't a cohesive outfit. We've got Swear on Your Life, which I think matches my bottoms, like beigey, white, browny colours. Is there anything else on here? That's blue, not grey. Oh, I don't know. I don't think we've got many options, guys, to be honest. Never Let Me Go, that's like a similar colour scheme to Swear on This Life, so that's also an option. I really want to read The Will of the Many, but that doesn't match because it's bright orange and blue. I think these might be our only 2 options that actually match my outfit. So either Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino, which is a romance book about 2 exes that are writing books about each other, and Never Let Me Go, which I actually don't know what this is about, but I've always just felt compelled to read this book, even though I don't really know very much about it. I think I might go with Never Let Me Go. I also think it matches a bit more because this one's more gold, and I'm not wearing, well, I mean my engagement ring's gold, but I think this matches my actual outfit more. because of like the colour of my bottoms. Like, do you want to see proof? Do you see what I mean? Oh, I don't know, now I'm holding them up, this one looks like it matches better. No, we're gonna go with Never Let Me Go. I think this would be a good book maybe to read like in the summer when I'm on holiday or something, so I'm happy to save that one for a little bit. I think this would be a good one to read now, and I've got, again, I'm off work, I've got like the brain space to dedicate to reading a book that's probably going to take a bit more brain power than this one would. Book number 3 on the TBR is Never Let Me Go by Kazu Ishiguro. This is a very different TBR for me so far. We've got like a historical fantasy, a classic, and like literary fiction. Very different for me. But I am very, very excited to be reading different types of books this year, so let's pop this one back on for now. Okay, prompt number 4. I think we will do 6. Prompt number 4. Number 15. Okay, so this is where I just count along, and whatever the 15th book is, it goes on the TBR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Which is the last book on the cart, and it's Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. I actually only bought this one the other day, so at least we're getting books on and off the cart quickly. This is like a fae fantasy book. I don't know massive amounts about it, but it's got great reviews, and I love fae fantasy books, so I think that I will really love this one. Yeah, I can't tell you literally like anything else about it. There's an underground fairy kingdom. Trials, okay, we love trials. Okay, I think this is going to be a fun one. So book number 4 is Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. There's still so many books on here that I want to read this month. I might do more than 6 prompts, just so I can like get all the books that I want on my TBR. The next one, a 1-word title. Do I even, okay, yeah, I do have some on here that are 1-word titles. We could do Mistborn. That's definitely an option. We could do Songlight. I think we might finally read Mistborn, guys. I found out a couple of weeks ago that my library actually has all of the audiobooks for the Mistborn, actually I think more than the Mistborn trilogy. I think quite a lot of Brandon Sanderson books they have the audiobooks for, and they were available when I checked without a hold, so I think we're going to put Mistborn on. Again, this is quite out of my comfort zone, like a higher fantasy, well, a very high fantasy. But I did read the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson and adored it. I know it's very different. That is a YA sci-fi. This is an adult high fantasy. But I really liked his writing. I liked his characterisation. I liked the way that he used humour. So I'm hoping he still does those things in here, just in a very different context. But yeah, book number 5 is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Maybe we'll do 8 prompts. Like with me being off work, I feel like I can read 8 books in January. So what was that? Number 5. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 8. Highest Goodreads rating. Okay, I will go grab my phone. I have a feeling it's going to be The Will of the Many, but I'll go grab my phone and I will check all of these books and see which one is the highest rated on Goodreads. I've just gone and checked them all, and I was indeed correct. The highest rated book on my physical TBR is The Will of the Many by James Islington, and this has an average rating of 4.59, which for Goodreads is very high. Anything over 4 stars is pretty decent, but to have nearly a 4.6 average rating is kind of ridiculous. So this is another high fantasy book. I'm starting another series, but the second book in this one is out. So if I do really enjoy this, I can pick up the second one quite soon. I'm sure the second one is already out, isn't it? I'm sure I've seen people reading it. So that is the second very long high fantasy that we are putting on the TBR, but I do already have the audiobook of this as well. So I can switch between, I can do some tandem reading, some immersive reading to help me get through this one. Let's do 2 more prompts, even though we've already got some really long books that are going to take me a long time to read on this TBR. Number 7, okay, again, so I'm just going to count to number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes! To Cage Wildbird by Brooke Fast. This is the one I said earlier that is like a dystopian. I think it's got like a military aspect, which is giving like Silver Elite flashbacks. So I hope it's not like Silver Elite. But Ellen Catherine said that this one, it's not similar to Divergent plot or world-wise, but just the feeling it gives is similar to Divergent. And I love the Divergent series. I know it's a very controversial one and it's not as good as the Hunger Games, but I love the Divergent series. So I'm so excited to read this. Oh, I'm so happy. The last prompt for our January TBR. Let's see. An odd number of pages. Okay. Did this have an odd number of pages, Brigands and Bread Knives? Because I do really want to read this one. I can't remember. I think it did, didn't it? Let's see. Because there's a chapter of another book at the back of it, so I have to be careful that I'm actually looking at the right book. Yeah, this has 333, so that is definitely an option. I think Fake Skating, that had an even number, didn't it? We were considering that. Yeah, that has even, so not that one. Maybe we should just go with this, because I do really want to read it. So I feel like it makes sense to just go straight with this one. Okay, let's do it. Breakdowns of Bread and Lies. This is, it's number 2 in the series, but it's actually book 3 because there's a prequel. So it goes, let me get this right. Bookshops and Bone Dust is the prequel. Legends and Lattes, but you actually read Legends and Lattes first. And then we've got this one, and I've got a beautiful special edition signed copy that I got from an indie bookstore when I went on a weekend little trip a couple of weeks ago. Guys, this is a fantastic TBR. Like, let me just show you this. It's very different for me, but I am so excited. I really wanted to branch out this year with the books that I am reading. And we are certainly doing that with this monthly TBR. We've got classics, we've got literary fiction, we've got 2 big high fantasies. We've got a couple of things in here that are in my comfort zone. We've got cozy fantasy, we've got a dystopia, we do have like a classic fae fantasy. So I think this is a really good mix, and I am so excited to get stuck into these books. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up down below if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!